I'm working on a 2003 Toyota Tundra. It's a 4.7 4x4. We brought it in because customer complaint was it had a brake concern. I do have an ABS light on right there. I have the car running. And as soon as I got it running, I detected a fault in the power booster. And I want you to hear what it sounds like when a power booster goes out. The diaphragm cracks and it lets in fresh air from the outside to go into the power booster and get sucked into the intake for the engine. So when you press this, it's causing a vacuum leak that makes the engine idle rough when you're stepping on the brake, and it goes back to normal when you release the brake. So what I want you guys to do is hear the hissing sound that it's making when you apply the brake. So you can see up there where the power booster goes into the firewall. I'm going to apply the brake. Okay, you hear that vacuum sound that doesn't go away when you apply the brake? That's vacuum that's being pulled from the intake through the power booster. But it stops as soon as you let it go. Here's that sound again. So whenever you hear that swishing sound inside the cabin, you're going to automatically know that it's the power brake booster. So we do have an ABS light on. I'll give you the code what that is here in a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate how to figure out if that's the booster or not. So give me 1 second. So we're on the engine compartment side of the Tundra, and what I already got myself set up, I pulled this clamp back, disconnected the vacuum line that's coming off the intake. That's where it's getting the source of vacuum, is the top of the intake. And I just got me a little plug, so I'm going to go ahead and plug that hose off, restart the truck, and then you'll hear the swishing and the brake is gone. So I already got the plug stuck in the hose. You can see that the brake booster is off. The vacuum source to the brake booster is off. Now we're going to go inside and restart the truck. And you'll be able to see that when I step on the brake pedal, the sound is gone. So give me 1 second while I start the truck. So now we're going to go back to the bottom of where the booster's at. There's my foot. Now I'm going to step on it. No more swishing sound. That's because there's no vacuum being supplied to the booster, so there's no vacuum leak because the vacuum hose to the booster isn't connected. So we stop the vacuum leak at the hose, and if I apply the hose back in, or if I reconnect the hose back in, you'll get that swishing sound. So I'm turning off the key, so you don't hear no brake booster, or so the engine's not running while we switch the hose. And this is just a quick way to diagnose your power booster being at fault. And you can see that we're sticking it back on. So the hose is back on. I'm not going to put the clamp on because we're eventually going to take out the power booster. So I'm going to go back in the car and you'll be able to hear the vacuum leak once again. Now that the vacuum source is plugged back into the booster. Let me stick you back under there so you can hear. So you can hear the vacuum source. And if that diaphragm was not cracked, you wouldn't hear that. That means you would have a perfectly working booster. But this one is obviously got a crack in the diaphragm. You might be able to pull up a cutaway version of the power booster so you can see the diaphragm, how it works. Look up a video that shows you how the power booster works, and you'll see that it'll correlate with my findings. Okay, that's the end of my video, guys. Still hearing that vacuum leak, lifting my foot off. And that's how you diagnose the brake booster. Alright, that's it for my video. See you guys all later.